There we go. We've got the little muffler thing on. Probably looks ridiculous out of my hat, but we'll keep it there. See what it's like. So yeah, beautiful start to the morning. Let me hold the camera like that. Oops. This is where, yeah, beautiful start to the morning. Need to bring my selfie stick out. I'm going to dig out my gimbal as well that I've got just to stabilise videos. Sometimes a bit hard when you're out walking the dogs to have loads of equipment with you. You need sort of quick and easy setup. Too windy to fly the drone today. Just been watching some videos as well about flying drones. That's a really good little device. I'm really chuffed with that. And so yeah, I can use it to film content. So film content about my dogs. Little Marty Momo there, good as gold. Camera want to see Mo, wouldn't it? Other things I'm interested in. I think the one topic at the moment, it's not just at the moment, I look back at my sort of social feed the other day and I've been looking into this for about 4 or 5 years, but UFOs, massively interesting topic to me. And I've said a few times, you often feel like a bit of a nut job talking about this. So you've got to be a bit careful about how open and honest you are about it. However, the things that I've been listening to over the months and years of some really, really credible people, I think the tide is turning. I think it's no longer kind of a topic that you have to feel weird about. I think it's, I mean, again, I was just thinking, the podcast I'm listening to this morning is one with Bob Lazar and Travis Walton, with a YouTube creator who set up a channel called Area 52, Chris Ramsey. I think he's an ex-magician. Really, really good. There's loads of brilliant YouTubers out there, loads of content creators doing UFO stuff. The quality is just excellent. So anyway, so that's one podcast I'm listening to. Travis Walton is telling a story of being an abductee, which is crazy. I don't really know a lot about his story, so I'm not going to say too much about it. I know a lot about Bob Lazar's story. Worked on secret black box projects on craft and came out as a whistleblower many, many years ago. So really interesting, but there's loads of other stuff. So, you know, you can think, oh, well, that just sounds unrealistic, but it's not just one thing, it's many. So in terms of my UFO journey, I do think sometimes a lot of these UFOs are always, you know, big in America. So my philosophy is why not here? Why not a few more sightings in beautiful Holderness area? So this is why I like to do these videos, because then when there is a sighting in this area, I can kind of think, do you know what? I predicted that. And I think there is some evidence against evidence as well on sort of what should we call it, intuitive abilities, you know, the ability to perceive the future, connect subconsciously. So yeah, I was saying this to my mum the other day, you've got to be really careful with a topic like this, that you don't end up sounding like a total lunatic. But the reason this area, I am really drawn to this, I mean, it's a beautiful area, it's where I live and it's where I walk the dogs, but it's got really nice open fields. But I always think, is you probably can't see it, but in the background somewhere here, there's a big sort of farm building, big barn. We have these open panoramic fields, and for me, it feels like when you watch those movies and they're set in America, you know, on cattle ranches or farms, and the wind's rustling and there'll be a wind turbine like picking up, you know, a little micro turbine, and there's barns there and things. So it always reminds me of that area. And I just think this area's got real sort of potential. The other thing as well, and I was talking to a neighbour the other day, but apparently this area did have some form of ancient civilization somewhere around here. I'm not quite sure fully of the story, but you know, this is the reality. We don't know what's been before us. The evidence at the moment is that aliens, UFOs have been around for thousands of years. They're in passages of the Bible. You know, the story goes on and on and on. So I think sometimes it's good to look at history and to learn and to listen, but the real thing is how do you experience yourself? How do you come out and try and understand the wonders of the universe. And again, sometimes you think, are we opening up knowledge that is that's dangerous, that's very difficult to quantify, to understand? Is it beyond our human brain's potential to comprehend this knowledge? And possibly could well be, certainly beyond my ability to comprehend. I'm like to think I'm fairly intelligent, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm probably no more intelligent than this little piece of grass here. So yeah, it's a good topic, and I've said again before, it's a topic that I like to listen to, because when I'm walking the dogs and listening to a podcast, you can kind of turn your brain off from the 9 till 5 stuff. So there's other stuff I'm interested in. I love martial arts, love watching UFC, but the topic of UFOs and what it could mean for humanity, I guess that's the thing that interests me. I'll just finish really quickly in terms of, again, some of the things that I've heard about in podcasts. But there's a series called Dark that was on Netflix, and there's a lot of intelligence agencies that talk about that series being actually quite close to the truth. And the nub of that story is it's about time travel. And again, some of this alien technology, supposedly it's got the ability to bend space-time, travel, at speeds and distances that, we can't understand fully. Not as modern society. Apparently there's people that can understand it, potentially working on this technology. So yeah, just a few morning thoughts. Beautiful day. Lots of potential. My only other thing is, why don't UFOs come out during the day? I'm more of a daytime person. I'm not I like nighttime, but at nighttime I like to chill. Do I need to start coming out a bit more at nighttime to witness stuff? Possibly. Oops, getting rattled up in the dogs' harnesses. But yeah, enjoy your Sunday. Go and look into UFOs if it interests you, if it floats your boats, and if it doesn't, just do what you love best.